Hi everyone, welcome to the Petzmannia Podcast show powered by Petzmania, the show that uncovers heartwarming stories, funny moments, and real life experiences from the world of pets. Today we have a very special guest, Annie, under the name August the Ginger Cat, your IT girl. So welcome Annie to the podcast. How are you feeling right now?
Thank you so much for inviting me in August. Such a pleasure to be here. And kind of nervous, to be honest, but also exciting at the same time. So I look forward to the podcast.
Thank you so much. Let's get started.
Sure.
I think August just celebrated her 6th birthday on 21st June. So, what is your experience up till now? How has August got the name IT girl? Do you want to speak something on that?
So coming to her name, like August, so I adopted her in the month of August, and very simple. So it was a very special month for us as well. That's why we named her August. And like as you have mentioned before, she turned 6 this year. She's not a like baby anymore, so she's like growing up real fast. And we had a very great experience, like because every year we do celebrate her birthday, and we try to make it very memorable and kind of exciting and enjoyable for her as well. However, like this year was very special because like she's turning old. She's turning 6 is like, do we honest, like she's getting older, right?
Yeah.
So like our family, we decided, okay, why not make it more special? So we invited her, our friends, family, and we hosted a mini party kind of thing for August, and we had a great time, and I'm sure she had a great time as well because everyone was, like showering all the love to her only, not us, because we are just the side people.
Does it make you jealous then?
Sometimes we're like, okay, like whenever people come home, they're like, oh, we're not coming for you guys, we're just coming to meet August. So now she's the, she has the title of Malik, the owner.
That's
So
nice.
she's the owner.
Perfect. And what made you realize at that moment that August could be such a big star?
So initially, I adopted her back in Bangalore. So I was studying my BA or graduation, and all of a sudden I just wanted to adopt a cat. At that time, I had no idea about social media, and I don't come from a social media background, so I had zero knowledge about that. And I just had a spare account, so I created a username for her, and I would just post random pictures of her, and then comes my sister. So I handed her account, and she even took August to like Mysore to like stay with her for some time, and then COVID came. So that's where everything changed. Like, so during COVID, we were stuck in Mysore for a few months, I think 6 or 7 months.
Yeah.
We were bored, there was nothing to do. So we decided to, like come up with this idea of why don't we try to dress her up? And she was very comfortable with it from the beginning. And that's how we started. And then though it was a very difficult for us because we had zero knowledge about it. Gradually, we came back home, and my mom started stitching clothes for her. And that's when everything changed. And as we have seen her, being very comfy with wearing clothes. And that's how like she became like very comfortable wearing clothes, and got the title of IT girl.
Okay. So you just mentioned your mother created the clothes for her because that's how her wardrobe is so stunning.
Thank you. So my mom, she usually like alters basic clothes for us, just like normal daily wear clothes. But then like we told her like we're bringing a cat to home, and now you have to start stitching clothes for her, because now that we have created the account for her, and now she's started wearing clothes, so you'll have to learn how to stitch cat clothes. So we take out from Pinterest how to stitch clothes. We just give her the samples to her, buy fabrics, and that's how she started to learn to stitch clothes for August. So far she's only making for August, like specially made for August only. Now she's getting better day by day, and that's how she customizes outfits for her. Like mostly we focus on Indian ethnic wears,
Ethnic wear.
like lehenga and sari wears.
Where do you buy the fabric from generally? If there are parents who want to know how the clothes are stitched.
So there are a lot of markets, I would say, but usually we prefer getting from Silampur or like Aine. In Aine, there's a market. Like if you go underground, you'll find a lot of like fabric shops, and then sometimes we get from Sadar Bazaar. So there are a lot of fabric markets out there. You will get the best fabrics from there.
Okay, I think that was the previous journey that we talked about August. Now, also August has seen difficult times. So, how was your journey with CKD when you got to know she has CKD? What was your How did you identify? What was your thought process that time? How did you get her treated? What was your journey that you have gone through that time?
So since the day I got her, she wasn't a very healthy cat. She was a very sick cat, and I was just a student at that time, so it was very difficult for me to, like get her checked and all. However, like I've met a lot of good doctors during my journey as a pet parent, and she got her first CKD when she was 3 years old. So that time I had no idea about brushing a cat's teeth. I had no knowledge. I was a learning pet parent that time, and she went through a dental scaling back in 2020, and that's how we got to know from her blood reports that she had CKD. And though it was not a very high creatinine, but still CKD is CKD, right? Yes. And the vet suggested start like changing her diet, and we'll give her, prescribe her some meds. So we started on that, and then we gave her for some time and then stopped the meds, and then we changed her diet to normal. So we thought maybe it'll shift back to normal, just as it is. However, back 2023 it relapsed again. So we take her blood test twice a year just to make sure she's in good health. So in 2023 her reports came bad again. Her creatinine level was high. Then I had a very tough discussion with the vet, and then I asked what are the chances. Then he said CKD isn't curable, however it is manageable. And I've seen a lot of pet parents coming to me through DM saying our vet has told my cat only has 3 months or 6 months to live. But I'm very thankful we found a very reliable doctor, and he told me directly it's not curable, but it's manageable with a very good diet and medication. And I trusted him and his process, and then it went on for I gave her the medicines for 6 months. But till that I do give her I do have a very specific diet plan for her, so her CKD won't relapse again. So for CKD, as long as you are following a very good renal diet, and you're focusing on your meds as well, I think you can reverse back the CKD. So it depends on us also, though it'll take some time for them to accept the new food, the medicines, but at the end of the day it depends on us. We have to be very strong for that, mentally strong for that. And then as long as we have a trust and a bond between your pet and my pet, then everything is possible.
Great. I think that was a beautiful journey that you told us. Now that brings me to two important questions that I have for the pet parent. What is the one piece of advice that you would like to give based on your journey, and what is the schedule that you adopted, and if you would like to give a kind shout out to that doctor that helped you with that, a little bit about that.
So about the CKD, right?
Yes. What is the advice that you would like to give to the pet parents that they should take care? I know you were studying, you were a new parent. It's very difficult for us to understand their language. What do you think the pet parents can now do, since we have a lot of awareness around it? So what is the one piece of advice that you would like to give them?
So to all the pet parents out there, I would say, my honest opinion about it, we have to make sure that we're checking their blood reports once or twice a year, because that's where we can find, the issues, underlying issues they are facing. Because previously I had no idea about blood tests and the reports, so we would just okay, once a year is fine. But now I've learned a big lesson. From the reports we can find out what issues they are facing, because they can't speak. So it's impossible for us to know what they're facing, right? So blood test is very important. Regular checkup, vet checkup is very important. And the vet, it's Jay Prakash. So he has a clinic in Sector 84. And to be honest, we have been visiting him for the past 3 years, and we have had such a great experience with him. And he always tries to, tries his best to meet up with her personality, because she's very fussy at times. The moment she sees the vet, she'll just run away, or she'll be she'll start hissing, she'll start meowing. But he knows her personality now, so he tries his best to adapt with her very fussy, cranky personality.
So, coming to the journey with your brands and collaborations, I know, I'm sure you might be doing a lot of collaborations. Which is that one brand that gave you the major boost and you realized that this is gonna be a little bit bigger than what I thought?
Initially, when we first started, we didn't receive much collaborations. It was In 2022, that's when we started receiving a lot of collaborations, I would say. But before that, we were like mostly focused on my mom's creations. So I don't have a particular brand in mind. However, like I can, like share my experience about few brands that
Sure,
have
yeah.
gave us a major boost. The first collaboration we ever did was Pet Natural Remedies. So it was a shampoo and spray brand. Thanks to them for reaching out to us first, because that was our first collaboration since we started the account. And then gradually, like some big brands like the Chow Meow, it's a clothing store. And then Farmina came in, Petsy Online, Paws India. Like there are a lot of brands. So like I would say these brands like have helped us a lot in boosting our page, and at the same time giving us more insights about like what kind of nutrition we should give, and like especially for shopping for her outfits.
So, Annie, we talked about the good experiences that you had with the brands, the collabs that you had. Any experiences as a pet influencer that you would like to highlight to the pet influencers out there? Like, these are the collabs, these are the experiences that you had, and you definitely want people to know that this is something you need to take care of.
So first of all, before you do a collab with any brand, make sure like your terms and conditions are straight to the point. Because once you start a collaboration, it's impossible to like cancel the collab or like make changes in between. So first, always make sure your terms and conditions are very like strict. And since we're working with pets here, so we'll have to go according to the mood and how they feel about the product. So that's the second. And always make sure you ask enough time from the brand. Because sometimes some brands will just come straight away and say, we need this reel or pose within 1 week. And then sometimes we're like so excited, we accept that. And at the end of the day, we missed the timeline or the due date, and we're unable to provide them at the right time. So that's where disputes rises. So always make sure these terms and conditions are very like properly made before any collaboration. Because we have had experiences where we have just initially we have had a lot of issues before, but it's always a like turning point for us and a learning point. So make sure before you collab, you research the brand, research the product, and is the product good for your pet? Because we cannot accept all products, right? And each and every brand has their own products set for pets. So make sure to test all these products before you do collaboration, be it for clothing or like products, I would say shampoos or anything.
Okay. And do you do a check on the products before using it for August?
So what we do is when we get a collaboration, we research the brand first and the product as well. And then if it's good to go, then we accept the collaboration. And if not, then we just like
Politely
tell them
refuse.
politely refuse in a way, like as of now, maybe we won't be able to collab. However, in the future, we can look forward to.
Got that. And seeing August, I think we met at the Pet Fed event very briefly. I have seen August travels a lot, likes to travel. So what are the events that you've gone in the past? And I would like to know your experiences there.
So far we have been to Pet Fed.
Okay.
Like, because Pet Fed, it's the like India's biggest pet festival out there, right?
Correct.
And especially in India.
Yes.
So we have been to Pet Fed a lot of times, and I'm not sure about other events. The only event that comes to my mind is Pet Fed.
Yeah.
And
True.
as you have mentioned, she loves traveling a lot, and especially by cars. So she takes her sweet time, adjusts to the new environment, and even for events.
Okay.
We do make sure she's comfortable first of all before going to any event, and we make sure she adjusts well to the environment. If she's feeling fuzzy, then we just go back home. But we make sure she has a good time as well, engage with new people, with new pet parents, with different brands, and we get to see a lot of pets as well.
Yeah. So is August comfortable with the big dogs?
She's okay with dogs. She's comfortable with dogs.
And with other cats?
She's not. She doesn't like cats.
That's different.
That's why she is the only child right now.
Okay, got that. And so she has something about her, I don't know what, but she looks very beautiful in the pictures. What is that secret of yours that she looks so beautiful and the pictures come out so glamorous? What is the hard work that you do behind the scenes?
So behind the scenes are always chaotic. a lot of chaos is there. We are like dancing in the background.
Yeah.
We're doing some weird stuff so we can grab her attention. So, and then I would say, like, though she's my cat, I always tell everyone she's very beautiful and I'm very blessed to have her. And she's a ginger, and I think like her ginger traits makes her more beautiful, I guess.
Okay.
And then she like does a lot of shoots, clothings, like she wears lehengas, dresses, and all kinds of outfits. So we experiment a lot with the outfits as well.
Yeah.
And behind the scenes, as I mentioned, very chaotic. My sister will be behind the camera, and me and my mom will be doing some weird stuff, dances, throwing this and this everywhere, just to grab her attention. And a lot of treat goes into it as well during the shoots. So we give her favorite treats. So the moment we show her the treats, she'll sit still. And we make sure these shoots aren't like above 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So it's just a short amount of time. So she won't feel fussy or she won't feel mad about it.
And you just mentioned she's your only kid. I think a lot of trends are changing in the world now. People are choosing pets over kids. What's your honest opinion?
I mean, everyone has their own preferences. Some people prefer only child. Some prefer pets. Some a mixture of both. So I think it's just like depends on their personal choices. However, nowadays I've seen a lot of like friends and family, they choose pets over kids. So it's not a bad thing, I would say. And me myself, like I prefer pets, cats and dogs over child. I think I always tell people it's not because I don't like kids or something. It's just out of my personal choice that I want to dedicate my life to cats and dogs, you know. And it's just my opinion, but I feel like no maintenance. They don't have to go to school. I don't have to teach them ABC, maths.
You don't
because
have
I'm
to pay
very
the
weak
tuition
in maths.
fees.
No tuition fees, no school fees. So just have to make sure they're having a proper nutritious meal, going to the vets regularly. I play with, make sure to play with them.
Okay. So we wanted to know, August has 250k plus followers. How do you manage that? What is the content strategy that you prepare? How much time goes into that strategy?
So it took years for us to get to this, like 251k. And there was a lot of, you know, like hard work behind it as well. And we make sure we understand what the audience wants, because each and every audience has their own preferences. So what we focus mainly on is fashion. So people love to see her getting dolled up. Even if when I say fashion, there are a lot of different you know, like parameters on this. So we focus mainly on get ready with me reels. So people love seeing the get ready with me reels. So we try to focus more on this because we can see the differences. And sometimes we do like brand collaborations in between, and once that is over, we try to, you know, shift back to fashion again. So we have experimented a lot, like different fashion, you know, like themes, like Indian wears, modern wears, and all. But however, mostly our engagement is much better with get ready with me reels, and that too like Indian the lehenga ethnic wears. So now that we have understood what the audience wants, so we try to focus more on that aspect.
So which is the most viral reel for August?
So there were a lot of viral reels, but I don't remember the count and which reel was it, but there were like a few. And
what was the content for those reels that got viral?
All were like get ready with me reels.
Get ready with me. Mostly ethnic wear?
Ethnic wears.
So if a pet influencer wants to start the similar journey, what is one piece of advice or lesson learned that you would like to give to that?
So once you start the account, make sure you understand the audience first, because each and every content creator is very different. Some focus on, you know, lifestyle, some on food, some on fashion. So first start and explore, experiment, and that's how you'll get through it. At first we also like just started as a very like basic normal creator, and we didn't even use the word creator. We were just like, you know, we'll just make an account, random account, and then we'll just post our cute pictures and videos. And then gradually we learned, okay, maybe, you know, like our team should be fashion, and that's how we started. So they can, you know, give a try, start, explore, experiment, and then see what suits best for your content, and your audience will eventually show you.
I think you're based both in Gurgaon and have your origins from Nagaland. So, what do you feel influences how does your content strategy get influenced because of the locations? What is your collaboration style, or does that affect any of your strategies that you're working on?
So it doesn't like affect much for both locations.
I
I would
mean,
say
where is your maximum audience based?
Mumbai and Delhi. So according
okay.
to the engagement that we see on a profile,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
mostly Mumbai and Gurgaon.
Okay.
And from Nagaland, we have our friends and family there. So we do receive a lot of love from there as well and support. And Gurgaon, like Delhi. So those are like the main, I would say, from where we receive all the
love that
yes.
August gets. Okay. Today I just saw your Insta and it had support for the street dog movement that we have. What's your take on that?
To be honest, I would call this
This decision?
the decision a very like illogical, impractical. Like that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
And I've been supporting like stray dogs. Our family, we love dogs.
Okay.
And especially street dogs, we feed them and we give them love, and they're very loyal.
Yeah.
Just like everyone is supporting them right now. And what they can do is, instead of just like randomly putting a decision of just throwing them to shelters, what they can do is find a possible solution.
Yeah,
Because there are a lot of like possible positive solutions for this. What they can do is educate people more about it, responsible pet parents. And I'm sure the contribution to street dogs is because they are not sterilized or vaccinated. And that's the reason why people are complaining, because the only reason people are complaining is rabies.
Yeah,
And if we vaccinate, like if we vaccinate them, I think like there'll be lesser case of rabies, this concern. And also build shelters. And I'm sure if people all come together, we can find a very like good solution for this. And I just hope they don't have to go back to shelters, because I want them here, because the street belongs to them. The home, that's their home. So I just hope and pray they don't go back. And I've seen a lot of reels as well, people just like picking them up like in a very like I was in a very bad way, like that hurts. It hurts to see, like
True.
Because what was once theirs, it's not gonna be anymore for them. So I just hope like people to have some kind of compassion and love for them.
Yeah. I think we really hope for the same.
Yes.
Coming to the last segment, I have two final questions that I wanted to ask. So, August just celebrated the 6th birthday. What's your plan ahead? Do you want to, with the beautiful clothes that your mama prepares, what is the future vision? Do you want to go into business, or do you just want to go with the collaborations and with your IT girl? What's your future vision?
For now, we don't have any plans, I would say.
For the business?
Yes, for
segment.
the business. Because like we want to focus more on her.
Yeah,
and then since
that's
she's
true.
already 6 years old, like maybe we might not continue like once she turns at a certain age. So for now, we're just focusing on her and her content. And nowadays, like we don't want to force her into doing all these contents also. So we do try to limit all the works,
her involvement.
And for business part, like we don't have any plans, because my mom is like, we have received a lot of DMs from other people saying like, I want to buy this dress. And then they will ask like, from which shop is it? And we would just reply saying, oh, this was made by her grandmother. And people have asked like, will you sell these clothes to us? And I want to buy, but for now we don't have any plans for that. I'm not sure about future, but for now and future, like we have never thought about doing a business, like. And my mom, she's like, I just want to make for August.
That's really great, because the dresses that I've seen for August, they are amazing. I think everybody, even if I have a cat, I would definitely come to you and ask if I can buy a dress. So that's amazing. That's really glad to know that there are parents like you who just want to keep their pets safe. The last question for the podcast. What would you say to a new pet influencer who's just starting their journey? What are the few tips that you would like to give, that this is what you can do, this is what you should take care, this is what you should never do? So the last piece of tip for the person who's just starting the journey.
The first thing, the foremost would be, make sure you have a great bonding with your pet, be it a cat or a dog or any pet, because trust and bonding comes first before anything.
Yeah.
We cannot force our pets to do anything. Even if we're giving them treats, we have to make sure they really want to do this. If there is no trust, because at times they'll become aggressive if they
Yeah.
don't like it. So
Yeah.
you have to understand their personality, what kind of personality your pet has. And second thing would be, make sure like whatever the content you're creating with them is not harming them.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
sometimes I've seen videos where people have tried to force into like doing things with them.
Yeah,
So I think
yeah,
that's a big no. And as I've mentioned before, try to understand what the audience really needs or wants to see, because it should be positive and it should not harm them in any way. And then you're good to go, because at the end of the day, it all comes to your pet. As long as they're happy and thriving, that's all you need.
I think that's one thing I really liked about you. You were always on your pets. Every question that you answered, your story ends and starts with August. So I think really thankful that you could join us today. Thank you, Annie, once again for coming here. We really had a very good and candid conversation here. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us here.
Thank
we had a
you.
great time.
Good, no?